Food, Fire, turtle, going to the free, tennis, the opener, fail, genius, pay, tricky one, pale, like 16, of that coat of art, it's basically dead. Another's a no, bitch. I'm with Bob, we bend it. Like, if I said it on bro, I meant it. Why's my name get mentioned, nigga? The man's darting, join the precious. They know what I'm represent. Posted up in the hood like a engine, bitch. Duty woke in a party, yeah. I'm on this party with T-nights in my body. Who gonna hug me? Yeah. I'm on the block like farming. Steppers on bro, we move like a heartbeat. Walk. We do the chill like Corbin. Don't the first thing call me.
Yo, what's up, bros? This is my second video on this channel. Today we're talking about why Tarantino is the worst director to ever live and why he should stop making movies at this very moment. Okay, let me find my notes real quick. So first off, we're going to talk about my personal experience watching Tarantino. So I watched Reservoir Dog, I watched Django Unchained or whatever. I mentioned those two because those are the only two movies I've ever started by a notable director that I started watching within the first 2 minutes, I think. If I'm talking about Reservoir Dogs, I think everyone knows where I'm going with this, so the first scene is these guys in a restaurant or something, and Tarantino himself is acting in it, and like that's already a red flag, because why is the director inserting himself in a movie? He's obviously trying to like flex and be like, guys, look, I can act just like you. I'm not only a terrible director, I'm also a terrible actor. Check this out. But the reason I bring this scene up is because he was obviously going for a realistic conversation over an artistically sculpted one, and it was so bad. The conversation was so bad. Like, I wanted to like turn off my computer and just go to bed and cry. But then I gave it a chance and I was like trying to keep going, and I watched them like do that slow motion walk, which had like no connection to the previous scene. And then they went to the scene of that one dude bleeding out in the warehouse or whatever. And I just started watching there because it was just so boring, bro. I don't know what is with this guy. So that's one. The second, Django Unchained. It was just so boring in the beginning. It was like cartoonishly bad. See, these are just personal experiences that I'm getting across to you guys. So obviously this isn't like a critique necessarily that you can actually like reference. So I'm gonna get into the actual critique right now. I'm gonna take you to Pulp Fiction. I wish Pulp Fiction remained fiction on a higher level, so it was like never a real movie to begin with, like a fictional movie, if you know what I'm talking about. First off, the absolute disconnect through it all. No questions answered. Like, this is an objectively bad movie. I'm talking about the box. What's in the box thing? And it was like it showed gold. When they opened it, it showed gold on the guy's face. And the fact that they never told you is... We're talking about, what's that one reference? Like, Russian guy's gun? Like, bro. And then in an interview later, Tarantino said, "Oh, it's whatever you can decide what's in the box." Like, are you serious, bro? Like, that's such a scapegoat. Like, you're trying to act like this is some like genius writing thing you created. It's like, oh, I inserted the box and I let you imagine. No, it's just like you put the box in it. You were thinking of something to reveal in the box, and then you couldn't think of something funny or shocking enough, so you just never showed it. It's that simple. Objectively bad writing. Then Inglorious Bastards. Yeah, there's nothing really that. It's just an average movie. It's not really that bad, I'm not gonna lie. I think everyone's hyping up Hans Landa like he's some insanely good written and acted villain, when it's just like, he's just like watered down Joker who like laughs and then the serious face, and then they're like, oh, this guy, he's a really good villain. Like, come on, bro. He's like 5'6" and he's a Nazi. Like, that's not how it worked, bro. You would be like 6 foot. We got Kill Bill. I wish the director of Kill Bill's name was Bill, because I'm gonna talk about the this became like gore P word. Like, really, we expect this person to kill like 500 people in one scene. It was just like, for the choreographing, it was no realism, no threat of danger. And then when that scene when she was paralyzed in the truck, and then she said like, wiggle your toe, like, so you gave absolutely no you mentioned no trick that you would know before that scene on how to get unparalyzed, and you just said wiggle your toe, and then she started wiggling the toe, and then it just became unparalyzed. Like, we're supposed to believe that's good writing, and like, we're supposed to believe that's realistic. You obviously couldn't think of anything and were too lazy to go back and edit the screenplay. Which is why that's another terrible scene. I really think this whole thing with Quentin, like, this is like, I'm not really like a conspiracy theorist, but I think this is pushed by the elites. He was pushed by the elites for people to accept lower forms of art. It's so obvious that everyone wants you to think this guy is some genius director who's like the cream of the crop right now, who's like better than Nolan. Nolan is like 100% better easily. Like, the film Interstellar like mogs the entire catalog of Tarantino easily. Like, the first 5 minutes of Interstellar is, I'd rather watch that on loop for 11 hours than like 5 of Quentin Tarantino's movies put back to back. Yeah, but back to what I was saying, it's just we don't have good directors anymore that push good themes and actual funny content. It's just all just trash because everyone's trying to emulate Tarantino because they saw that guy made a lot of money. It's like, they need me, bro. They need me. They need to bring back Weinstein, like, low-key. If this is what we're dealing with, I'd rather just allow like Weinstein to direct movies from prison rather than watch this guy just go on, and then he's trying to like, he has a huge ego, like he thinks he's actually a good director. It's just so pathetic, bro. This is why I started watching TV shows, but not even any TV shows are good anymore. It's just, they need me, bro. Like, if any studio wants to make some money, just hit me up, bro. My Twitter is in my bio. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. Peace.